right, on today's video, we are cooking some ribs. I'm using SuckleBusters 1836 rub, and look at these ribs right here. These are about to go on the smoker. I've got the smoker sitting at about 225. We're gonna get these thrown on there. But first, let's look and see how we prep these. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we are going to get our rib. We gotta get this membrane off of here. And what I like to do is get my thumb and get up underneath it right in the center. Usually just scrape it. Get that thumb under there and go all the way across right through the center. And it's being difficult today. There we go. And then I pull back. All right, so after I get the membrane off of there, I then look for any things that need cut off. I'm gonna go ahead and get this glove off. Like this piece right here, that ain't gonna cook well. Here, it's like about one bone in. I'm just gonna cut all that off, set that to the side. All right, and then just right here, there's just a little bit of fat that I'm not loving. I'll get that off of there. Other than that, I think it looks really good. This little flap right here, let's get that out of there. There we go. All right, so after that, we're going to grab our mustard. I'll just hit it with one line down the middle. On our ribs today, we are going to be using SuckleBusters 1836. This is the rub that was used on one of my favorite briskets I've ever had. The last time I cooked ribs, I decided to try it on ribs, and I loved it. This is probably the best tasting ribs that I had ever had the last time that I made ribs. I loved the rub. They were very savory, kind of that salt and pepper rib. It's just so good. Absolutely love it. So we're gonna hit it with some 1836 on the bottom, and we're gonna flip it over. We're gonna hit it some more. All right, so normally I would take these ribs and let them sit out for about an hour, and that's while I'm getting the smoker all fired up and also getting things all put together, letting this seasoning sweat the meat out. However, I am not cooking these ribs right now. It's crazy hot, and so I'm going to be cooking these tonight. So we'll check back with you here in just a second when I'm getting these ribs on the smoker. I am. You can talk.
That was a good show.
You think so?
Yeah, I think people would like it.
Hope so. All right, so today we're going to be running the V method. And by V method, I mean we're going to be running the grates inside the firebox like a V, and we're going to run these coals right here on top, and then we'll throw wood splits on top of that. This is about 5 pounds of charcoal. During this cook, I'm going to be running some pecan, and I'm just going to go ahead and toss it right down here on top. And we're going to let that flame kick up, and it's looking like It's all caught, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this lid shut down. All right, so now that we've got those ribs all prepared, we've got a spot right here on the smoker. You're gonna see a pork butt back there. Look for that in another video. It's gonna be Baker's barbecue rub. So I'm gonna get these ribs and I'm gonna squunch them up right here. Get this other rack of ribs on here as well. Squunch them up. Make them look real pretty. We're running 225. We're gonna run that for about the first 3 to 4 hours, and then we'll wrap when the color looks right. If you look, that's the exact feed method that I was talking about earlier. All right, it's been about another 30 minutes. Time to throw another one of these on. All right, another 30 minutes has passed. Another log going on. All right, it's at the 2-hour mark, and let's go ahead and check in on these ribs real quick. The ribs are looking really, really good. The rub has set. It is looking a little dry on top, so I am gonna go ahead and start spritzing with some apple cider, water, 50-50 is the mixture. Let's go ahead and get that done also, and then we'll get this lid shut back down and we will continue our cook. All right, another 30 minutes has passed. Let me get this opened up. I'm going to drop another log right there. All right, it's been another 30 minutes. So we are going to go ahead and check these ribs. I am going to go ahead because overall it's been about 3.5 hours. I just want to get an idea of where we're sitting. Looks like it is about 155. They're looking good. Go ahead and spritz them again. There we go, and we'll get that lid shut back down. I would say probably about 30 more minutes, and we're gonna get these ribs wrapped up. All right, so we're at the 4-hour mark, and the ribs are looking good. The internal temp is 155-ish. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give it a spritz. Then I am going to take our ribs, and normally I will use butcher paper with my ribs, but I'm taking the easy way out tonight. We're going to go with foil. And I am going to take this smoked lard and just pouring right over. There we go. Save the rest of that. I've got 2 sheets of heavy duty foil here. Wrap it nice and tight. Get that one back on smoker. We're going to do the exact same thing on this other rack of ribs. We'll get them back on there and finish these bad boys out. We are finishing them out with meat side down. All right, so we just got those ribs all wrapped up, and now we are going to go ahead and we're going to bump up our temperature to about 450, 475. I'm going to go ahead and bump that temp up, and let them ride for about, I would say about an hour, and they should be done. All right, so it has been 5 hours total on these ribs. I'm about to open this lid and check their temperature, their internal temperature, and see where we're sitting. These ribs are done. These ribs feel really tender. Go ahead and let those ribs rest wrapped up until they come down to the internal temp of 145, then slice and serve. All right, so it is currently like 2 o'clock in the morning, so everyone's asleep. So I can't be loud inside, I can't talk inside. So I did a little bit of filming the inside, and then I brought my rib out here. And let me tell you what, this thing, it absolutely smells amazing. And the look of them, I'm telling you that SuckleBusters 1836 is not just good on brisket, it is good on ribs. Here we go. Oh, it's so good. Look at that. That is unbelievable. I love more of a savory rib. I love sweet ribs. Don't get me wrong, sweet ribs are amazing. Glazed ribs are amazing. But a savory rib is so good. I don't know, it's just like, oh, I could eat like an entire rack, I guarantee you. So very good. So, if you liked this video, you definitely need to try SuckleBusters 1836 on your ribs with some smoked lard. It is phenomenal. Check that out. Test that out. It won't let you down. It is so good. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next cook.